Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's, well, not finish, but, well, let's see. Maybe we can finish the collider a little bit, like most of it today. So yesterday we added the collider, but then we had issues with the collision because we need to have a register card here. So I guess, I don't know if I could, like, the fact that this is called register here. Maybe we just call it register collider. Maybe that's better. And then yeah, we need this here, but basically what I would want to probably do is have a helper here. We want to have it in a helper. Yeah, I do think it makes more sense. I think it might make more sense to have it in a helper. SDF. Maybe SDF collision.age. Or actually probably jolt. Let's add that here. Okay. And then basically SDF collision. Let's actually add a namespace here. Now we add a couple of functions here. One will be static void collide SDF versus sphere. Well, let's do collide sphere, I guess. So that, and then we have another one, Mat 44, ARG. RHS transform. And then, oh yeah, no, that's fine. LHS ID creator. Light shape settings? Yeah. So it's mostly from the documentation where I get this from. The thing is, I would want to have this actually. So the thing is, where is this JPH defined, right? Because it's really weird. JPH namespace begin. And then shape is what? It's a class. Can I do? Is that not? Oh, not. Is it not no lint like that? Clang, tidy, no lint. Oops. Ah, it's uppercase. Perfect. I guess Vec arg 3. Maybe that's a struct. Med 44, yeah. Oh, it's class. Or both of them are class. Okay, never mind. So I guess all of it is probably a class if I have to guess stuff shape. So that should hopefully do it. And then we add another one. And another one. Capsule, I guess. Or cylinder, I'm not sure. One of those two, I'm not quite sure which one it would be. S jolt SDF collision. Physics, jolt, SDF. Physics. Probably shape, whatever. I don't know. I mean, But yeah, it's not. Oh, Met 4 is a reference. Okay. Okay. Were those for now? Let's leave them empty, I guess. Let's do a C-Make build. That should help. Hopefully. Well, kinda right, but then, yeah, not really. Okay, so that's that. We can get rid of that, I'm not sure. SDF collision. Collision collector. What? Collide. I guess I would need to forward declare it like that then. Collision. I guess I can't really forward declare that then. Yeah, maybe it's like that, I guess. Okay. Whatever. Let's fix the sphere first. So that one is kinda simple. It's a const SDF shape pointer. Which is the LHS side of things. And then we have, of course, the sphere shape. And now what we do is JPH mat44 to local, which is LHA's transform inversed. Times RHS transform get translation. Okay, now we have a vec4f, which is our SDF shape, evaluate SDF. And I guess we could give it get sad. Yeah, that's the sampler. And then if, well, the float 32 penetration is our radius minus the sampler on the width, on the distance, basically. And then we have a JPH vec3 hit normal is our sampler. Like that. In case that's needed, right? Now we have a JPH collide J-Broussard. Where we have M penetration depth. Penetration axis is our minus hit normal world space. And then of course we have as well dot contact point on 1. Times sampler not width, right? Width. I always say width, but it's not the width. Contact point on 2 is our transform. Get translation minus the normal world times our radius. That should be that. Now we have as well M shape. Is that not center? Did I call it sphere center? Oh, I called it sphere center. Probably local space, yeah. Sub shape ID. And I think that's it. Contact point. Penetration axis. Penetration depth. And then in body ID too. What would be the body ID here? I guess then let's do it more like that, I don't know. Sub shape ID 1. And then out collector, add hit contact. Okay. So that's one. And we need another one. Which is the cast sphere. Which is a little bit different, right? Well, it's very similar, but it's a little bit different parameters. So this is a JPH shape cast and shape cast settings. And then I think we have again two shapes, right? Well, kinda. One is LHS shape, or like actually, yeah, SDF shape, I guess. Scale. Then we have const JPH shape filter. Maybe not. Jolt. Where is the cast? Cast sphere. No, this is the shape filter here. Okay, yeah, there is a shape filter, yeah. Perfect. Then we have a transform. Now we have LHS or RHS shape collector. Shape creator, blah. And then we have a cast shape collector. Okay. Now we take that. Oops. Take that. And implement that here. And that one is again fairly, oh, like pretty much the same. I mean, yeah, or it's very related. Let's put it that way. So that is our SDF shape base, and then we have sphere shape. This is our shape cast. M shape. And then that is our transform. That is our shape cast. In center of mass start. It's basically shape cast origin, and then we have a shape cast direction. Which is this. And then we have a hit center. Which is our shape cast origin plus our shape cast direction times oh yeah, but hit T, but we need the float 32. Hit T is a sphere march. So we guess we take that and then shape cast origin, shape cast direction, and the radius. Sphere shape. Or shape sphere? No, sphere shape, right? Sphere shape, yeah. Sphere. Well, actually, let's do this. And then const vec3 origin. Cast direction. I'd say we do it like that. But then do I even need that radius? Probably not, right? Can do that. Float 32. No, otherwise we basically normalize it. And then we have float 32. It or T is that. And then we do 4 into 32T. Well, actually, we could do that here as a vector 3 F. Nah, does it really matter? No, probably not. Let's do a JPH. Cast origin plus direction normalized times T. And then we get vector 3 F32 sampler, which then we need, of course, the SDF for. Perfect. We do that for now. We probably want to define that maybe. Otherwise we do t equals the distance. Although probably sample w though. I'd say. But if the t is greater equals than our max distance, then we break as well. Yeah. So then here, yeah, SDF shape. Sphere shape, SDF shape. No? Oh, wait. I need to dereference them. No, it works. If it's less than that, we return. Otherwise, our hit is that plus our hit t. Or like distance. Let's get rid of that. We probably sample one more time. Although we could probably return that, right? But it's fine. For now, let's sample. Hit normal local space. Hit normal world space. Is our center of mass. Well, our transform, sorry. And then we push basically the result. So we do a JPH shape, cast result, Normalized hit distance. Penetration axis minus the hit normal word space. So shape, cast, center of mass, get translation. Minus the word normal. Why is that hit normal local word? That's like stupid. Hit normal word space. Perfect. Times our radius. Good. And then result M contact point on 2 is our transform times our hit hit center or the hit position minus the normal, the hit normal local space times our hit sample W. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think it has to be like that. Now we have result sub shape ID 1. My out collector, add hit, result. Okay. Okay. Let's actually remove those for now. Oops. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. So the thing is, now what we need to do is we go back to our jolt SDF shape. We kind of register those. So we do collide shape. That is JPH E-shape subtype user with a sphere. And that is SDF collide sphere. Now we do sphere, user 1, S reversed. What is it? I forgot it. It's some weird thing. It's, I think, collision dispatch S reversed. Oh my god. I read it on the official documentation, but collision dispatch as reversed collide shape. Okay, I guess we need an include here. Physics, collision dispatch, I guess. Oh. Is it now fine? What is collide shape? That looks fine. Oh, it's const shape filter at the end as well. Which I guess I don't have. Yeah, I don't have that. Is it now fine? Okay, now it's fine. So we have that. Now we do S register path shape. Okay, that works. Let's see if that works. So that should hopefully give us a sphere. Intersection. Shape cast. Oh, okay. Sure. undefined. Okay. Oh, is it maybe not? This might not be that round. Yeah. So let's see. Does that work? Do we have collision or do we have a crash? Probably a crash. Let's put that at 200. Create a sphere, because it's the only collider we have. Make it 50, make it dynamic, and we force race straight through. Perfect. Union. Is it the same? Oh, that is the shader, okay. Okay, now that looks fine. Lane distance. Okay, yeah. Why would that not hit? Okay, so we do register that. And then we do 200. Dynamic, and then okay, we do hit that. 200. And then shouldn't that hit eventually? Exactly. Hit number guard space is 1 up, yeah, that makes sense. Now we add a call, like a step there. But it just doesn't react to it. Do I need more? Hmm. No, that's not what I wanted. Jesus. Let's get rid of that. I don't know. No, that is needed. Penetration depth. This is where. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. And then this is LHS transform. That looks fine. Oh wait, contact point on one. I think that's actually... Well, I guess it's LHS. Wait, what? It's LHS transform. Get translation. Well, it's this actually. Minus hit number word space times sample.w. And then we have RHS. Well, actually, it can be as well LHS transform minus hit normal word space times radius. I think. And then that's... Oh no, the penetration is right. Unless it doesn't want to... Maybe we don't want to flip that. Oops, wrong screen. Oh, it definitely got slower. And then it kinda stopped. Just a little bit too far down. Something's not quite right, I guess. By the looks of it. Okay, so now that is definitely wrong then. So that is fine. Ah, it's probably this transform that's wrong, right? I'd assume that's a little bit garbage. I guess as well what we need, what I kind of forgot. I don't know. Them. Oh wait. Actually this is RHS. Then maybe my original calculation was a little bit better. It's there. I'm not sure. I guess it's flat. I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Well, it's pretty much right because it says 0, 0. God damn it, we have physics. That actually worked, holy. Okay, let's see if the original that I had was better for the contact point. Where are those notes? Here. Well, I guess I could just revert, I guess. Okay, so it's that. And then we wanted to do here times RHS scale get X. And then we don't flip this hit normal here. Is that it? $200. $50. Yep, that's pretty much the same. Perfect. Okay. That's nice. We have no way of moving that object now currently because we don't reset that. And I guess we can do another one. Let's move it 500 up. Add a sphere, 50. Make it dynamic. And then it falls down. Performance is fine. I'm not quite sure why it bounced so weird. It's as if there was something here, which is kind of weird. But besides that, all good. Is it maybe that... Oh, I have an idea what it might be. Could it be that physics system, probably game core? Let's see if we hit that 2 times, right? Because that's my assumption currently. So I do 200 here. And then let's do a collision sphere collider, then we hit it. Probably a sphere collider size of 1. Yeah. And then we enter this, then we enter it with 5, and then we do this, and we enter it with 50. Perfect, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so basically what I would want to do because we where do we in the factory here? I guess we would need to have a way of knowing that this already exists. Let's see if that actually is implemented. Probably not. Okay, maybe it is. What does it return? Oh, okay. Like that. Remove collider, I guess. I'm not sure. It would be nice if I can update one, but I don't know if that's possible. Short physics system. And then probably get body interface, maybe. Remove body ID. Oh, it's like that. That explains a lot. I think that's better now, hopefully. Sorry, did to answer that? Alright, what is the problem? Oh. ID? I don't know. Body ID, okay. Hey, how are we? How are you doing? How are you doing on this beautiful day? Wrong screen. God damn it. Alright, so do we now have proper physics, or is it still broken? Well, it wasn't broken, right? It was just that it was adding too much colliders. So the question is, do we now remove? Okay, we do remove those, so that's maybe better. Ah, yeah, that was stupid. God damn it. The physics stuff is going good, I think. Well, you can see it in a second. So this is the terrain. Now we add a sphere collider here in 200 range. We only have debug rendering currently, but that's fine. So we add a physics sphere here, and then we make it dynamic, and we make it dynamic like that, and it falls, and it should stop. Exactly. And then it stops here at 0, 0, 0, basically, more or less. So we have physics with the terrain. Only with spheres currently, but boxes and captures will be next. And this is all with the custom collider, right? So, I mean, the sphere and box and everything is not custom, but I created a jolt SDF shape. And that was more or less pretty straightforward, I would say. You just need to provide a couple of collider functions for the different shapes. Is that performant enough? We will see. For spheres, I'm pretty confident it's good enough. For boxes and captures, it might be a little bit more expensive, but it should be doable to get that to a state where it's runtime viable and we don't need to generate a mesh. I can only compare it a little bit to PhysX because that's the only thing I really used. Because Havoc, I mean, it's in all the engines, but did I really ever really work with it? Not really, on like a low level. And compared to PhysX, I would say it's a little bit nicer because it's like a nicer API. But then again, I guess they are pretty much the same, I would say. I just chose Jolt because it's well, it's new, it's multi-threaded and stuff like that, and I think PhysX by default is not. You would need to implement it yourself, maybe, I don't know. The only time I used PhysX was on one thread and I called the update, and I think internally then it just does that. I don't know if it like has a thread pool in the background. So that's kind of nice. And I would say so far I like Jolt. It's really, really straightforward, and the documentation is really good as well, in my opinion. So, because that was a bit, I mean, PhysX documentation is as well good, but there is so many different versions that it's sometimes confusing, because you find stuff and then it's like 3 versions ago and it's changed. At least that was my feeling back then. But all of that could have changed by now, I would say. Let's try this sphere collider. Because I think what I would want to do, let's remove that. I think I want to just change the radius for now. So let's do that. Let's put that here. Oops. Oh wait, we don't need that. Do that. And we get a physics body ID again here. I think it should be like that. Hopefully that's possible, because that would actually make it kind of nice. Sphere. Where? I need to change that here. Physics body ID. That should all go away, hopefully. Oh. Never mind. Void. Good. And then we should have an implementation for that, exactly. And then we take that, put that here. Update sphere collider. I mean, I hope that works, right? I hope I can do that. So we get the body interface. Then I guess I get the body. Body. Maybe I need to do... Wait, do I not have the get position? Get position and rotation. Fortunate. Create body with ID. Can I use that to change? Get body type. That's not really what I want. Get shape? Oh, maybe get shape. Auto shape, base shape. Probably. I guess that's a GPH shape. And probably a pointer. Exactly. I'd assume. Now we can do... Where do we want to have it const? Can it not be const? Ref const. Body set shape internal. Maybe there is a update shape. Creating shapes, saving shapes. Custom shapes, not really what I want. Settings. Guess that's not a thing then. Do I need to really create a new shape? Like that? Motion quality. We probably want to expose that as well. Guess those are not saved anywhere. Or is it the in-body creation settings? No, I guess it's not. But it's motion time. Can I get that? Do I maybe need the face? Get motion time, okay. But do I really need to do that for each type? That's bleh. Body ID. Because that sounds kinda... Body ID. Okay, so we get the motion type. Can I get interface settings? Okay, maybe not. Then I guess we do body settings, sphere shape, the new radius. Oh, that sucks. Maybe we... Can I somehow create and add a body? Create body with ID. Well, one will that fail? When it's already there. So I guess we need to remove it and then add it again. I think there is no way around that. Okay, well then let's do that, I guess. For now. I'm not sure if there is maybe a better way. I will research that. Oh well, okay, we of course don't have that now. Oops. Please stop. Okay, so we remove that again. We remove that again. I mean, at that point, we could. No, but I mean, even then, that's what it needs to be the same thing, right? So I guess, yeah, let's do that. We remove it and add it. That's fine. Well, it needs to be in the box collider, the same thing. The read if exists. Okay, so that's that. That should all be fine. I guess. Yeah, the teleport of like entities, I don't know how to solve yet. Oh, I mean, I have ideas how to solve it, but I don't really care for now. It's basically when we move entities, it doesn't work currently. Because the physics always overrides it. But yeah, besides that, that's a good sign that this works. Question is, first of all, I would want to probably do a test of how performant that is, but for that we would need to be able to spawn multiple of those things. Okay, no, straight force down. Okay, so it doesn't yeah, that's good, because that basically means now it works. Because if we now do a 200 again, add another sphere, make it 30, I don't know, why not? And we'll fall here, and then we don't see a oh, it's perfect stacking. Interesting. Shouldn't it roll off? I don't know, but okay. I guess if I move it slightly, it would do that. I hope. Oh yeah, no, it rolls off. And then it pushes the other one away as well. Cool. Funny. Nice. Okay. I guess we could add other collision shapes. But maybe we do that tomorrow. Let me think what we could do today. I mean, it would be nice to have a material on the terrain as well. All of those are things I still want to add for 0.6, but that's already very, very nice that this works. Maybe we do the depth buffer thing. Although that's really, really not important currently as well. Yeah, the texture is really ugly the further you get away. We could tweak the shading of the terrain, I guess. A lot of possibilities. I think I as well would want to get rid of this here. I'm not quite sure. Why do I even have that to begin with? Why do I have the count? It's another question. And where is that even defined? It's the other good question. Motion type. Okay, it's not the motion type. It's not. Was it not the motion type? It's the layer. Why do I have a count here? I don't think we need that. Will it work without that? Probably, right? Okay, maybe not. It really needs a count. Okay. But then I would need to have generate the expression here for the code generator to exclude it, because you shouldn't be able to select the count here. It's a signed distance function. It's this thing. Indigo keys. Let me show you some nice things. Articles probably. Is it here? Basically it's functions that return you the distance to a shape. For a sphere it's of course simple because you just take the center minus your position, minus the radius, and then you have how far you are away from the sphere. Boxes are a little bit more complicated, and the more complex the shape, the more complex of course the function and the math, but that's basically it. And then you can combine them with like operations, CSG operations basically. So you can have unions. Where are they? Yeah, unions is this one where you combine a sphere with a rectangle, or a box in this case, in 3D, or you can intersect them. Well, you can do the difference between them, which is the right one, or you can do the intersect, which is this one, or a subtraction it's called. I guess it's this one. And this is the difference, or yeah, it's always a little bit differently named depending on who you ask, but yeah. So basically my whole terrain is a signed distance function that returns how far away you are from the surface, and that gives you a lot of freedom. And it gives you like 3D features like overhangs for cliffs and everything like that, and like caves that are actual caves and stuff like that. And I changed it to not generate a mesh anymore and instead raycast against the shape. That is why it's so crisp here at the border of the sphere and the plane. And what we did now today is that when we add a collider, we now finally have physics. Only with spheres currently, but hey, I mean, that's a start. So this one now doesn't fall through the terrain anymore. It actually falls and sticks to the terrain. So that's nice. So now the other thing is adding it for boxes and captures, and then we basically have all the primitives. I don't think we will add other primitives, to be honest. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Most of the stuff in games you can represent with captured spheres or boxes, and I don't want to support mesh collision with the SDF. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. For example, jolt doesn't even support mesh versus mesh collision because it's just too expensive to calculate, and it's basically the same thing. We don't support mesh versus the terrain because it's just too expensive to calculate. So yeah, I can link that. It's quite interesting, I guess. If you've never worked with SDF functions, they are quite powerful. And he does a lot of crazy shit with it. So let me actually terrain. I think he has a ray marching terrain. So I didn't find it from here. I kind of had the idea myself, but basically this is fully done just with SDF functions, right? This shader. So the whole terrain you see here, it's just a function that's evaluated for each pixel on the screen. So that's quite nice, but it doesn't have collision, of course, because that's just visual. So what I just added now is that we have collision as well. But yeah, that's the basic idea. But basically you have infinite amount of detail. I don't know if I can paint currently. That might not work, but let's see. Well, I can maybe graphically, but not. Wait, where is my terrain panel? Okay, never mind. My terrain panel is not here, so I cannot paint. But yeah, that would be... Actually, we can remove those then. And the resolution. All of those parameters are basically useless then. Okay. I think I will maybe call it a day for today. So tomorrow? Let's add tomorrow box and capture, as well as like a player collider. That should be doable tomorrow, because tomorrow I have actually nothing planned, I think. And then on Sunday we probably finish everything off, add material information again to the terrain, because currently we just have this checkerboard material. And then it would be interesting next week probably to do at least one performance test for this, because I would be quite curious how this runs, basically in terms of how much actual physics cost we have if we would have a couple of spheres, for example, for now on the terrain, plus a couple of edits maybe. Oh yeah, the edits are not done correctly yet on the collision side. That's another thing. Okay, let's do that tomorrow then, I guess. Because where is my terrain? Volume terrain system currently? So it would be that we would need to... So this is the terrain evaluator currently for the physics. And this needs to be, of course, dynamic. Similar to what we do in the shader. Which shouldn't be too hard to do, again. The only question is... No, I think for now we will keep it simple. And if it's a performance problem, I have a couple of things that we can do to improve it, and if all of those fail, I have to bite the... I don't know how to say that in English, but the sour apple is a German thing. And then we have to go back to doing a mesh, which I would want to avoid, because I just don't think it's worth it. But again, if the performance isn't there, then it is, I guess, worth it. Alright, good progress. I like it that we have physics for the terrain. So I guess, yeah, tomorrow box and capture. Those should be simple because I have some notes on how to do those. Again, everything is mostly coming from this reference page. I don't think he has actual collision code here, but yeah, it's basically that, and then figuring out a little bit yourself as well. But yeah, most of it is from here. Even though it's using SDF function and mine is a little bit different, but that's a detail. Because it doesn't do normal calculations in the SDF, and I do, but that's a minor thing. Yeah, good progress, good progress. So we will be back tomorrow. Earlier than today, because, well, it was more or less on time today, but yeah, it's anyways a impromptu stream as I have a day off today. But I think I will spend some time with my fiance this evening. And yeah, that's it. And we see each other tomorrow for some more physics and finishing off, hopefully, the terrain physics. Maybe we can even get a simple player controller that runs on top of the terrain. Let's see. Because I think we have the function for that already. In the SDF shape. Alright. Have a nice rest of your Friday. And see you tomorrow. Bye bye.